1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh my
5,
gosh,
6,
just
7, 8,
recently,
9,
wow.
10, 11, 12,
Well,
13,
Test.
makes
14,
it hard.
15, 16.
Test.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
We're good. All right, you are live.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, there's so much meaning
welcome
behind
to the
these
gorgeous
games.
Peg
Yeah,
Aderman
which one is
Field,
she?
where
They said
you
on
are
here?
looking
Her dad
live
did.
from the campus of River Falls High School for today's Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe and your River Falls Wildcats. Well, I'm joined by Director
One
Steve
second.
Pellinger right now. We'll be later joined by
Okay,
Paul Aderman.
hi.
Probably
Nice to meet
Chantel
you.
Jewell.
Hi, nice to meet you.
But
Look
today
at how
is
cute these
a big
bulbs
day.
are.
Strikeout catcher
Aw,
day
those
for the
are so
Wildcats.
cute.
I've probably got one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. A pink and navy strikeout cancer hat from head coach Leah Fletcher.
Oh, he was up
I'm,
on the hill. There he is.
Yeah,
He
as
found
do
a friend
you.
from school.
And I feel very honored and
And so he's been
privileged
attached
to
at the
receive
hip,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, we've got some. So all the money raised
Orange socks?
from
Okay.
today's game
Aw.
will benefit the Rhinos Foundation, which is an organization that's in Western Wisconsin
I don't know
but
if she's
based
here
out of
yet.
River
Is
Falls,
Jesse
and
here yet?
all they support
Yeah.
families dealing with
This is a
cancer
former
right now. So
Wildcat, Nelly. She
the
played.
River
She
Falls
wants to say hi to Jesse.
softball has
Yeah.
raised $1,300 for Rhinos, which I think is outstanding for.
And going, because I know they got
Yeah,
a table.
and-
They have
yeah,
a table
1,300
down, selling
and
some
climbing.
selling some swag, and
Yeah, the sponsors
Yeah.
for today's game: Balsam Lake Lodge, Papa Aderman Family Farm,
Let me pop-
Kenny Driving School, Vivid
those
Beauty
up.
Lounge. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Jess.
Terry McKay
Hot belly
Remax,
cake.
and Trebus Real Estate Group, and I believe they're with Property Executives Realty, I believe. Yeah, but
That I
once
don't
again,
know.
together they have all raised $1,300 for Rhinos. We also we'll probably say this again later in the broadcast, but want to give a sky point to Caitlin Moe's grandma, Lana Epley. That's Ann's mom. Lana passed away. Caitlin's grandmother passed away this morning from cancer.
Oh, no.
She was at almost every one of Caitlin's games, and she's in. Chad Moe wanted to say she's up with Grandpa Roger
Memorials
in
players in
heaven
Memorial
today.
with
Yeah,
orange socks.
Caitlin
Once he's
Moe's
sitting there,
grandma
her dad
passed away this
away
morning from
in
cancer.
January.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's well maybe
Yeah.
Grandma Epley is
But
looking
yeah,
down because she
real
ordered up
recent,
an
yeah.
outstanding weather.
boy,
day
she
ski.
sure
So
did.
she said
you know,
she
and you
really
know,
appreciate these
thoughts
games
and
because it
prayers
means a
out
lot.
to the Moe
Yeah.
family, and
Yeah. I don't know
it's
what
just
type of
you
cancer,
know
but
we've all
yeah.
been touched by cancer
For sure.
in one way,
Go get
shape,
him. Good
or
luck.
form, and
Here, I'll do this right now.
it's just such a terrible disease, and
Yeah,
Hey, I'll do this right now.
it touches everybody. And I think this game
sorry,
means a
Mom.
lot to a lot of people each year.
Okay.
Not just the players, not
Okay.
just, but it's on the calendar. People look forward to it.
Okay, you have a
and you
job
want
now.
to know what's I think
Keep this by
probably
you. Do not knock
one
it
of the
over.
coolest
It's
things about the
breakable.
Rhino Foundation is it
When-
it
after the
started
first
out
pitch,
as
Fletcher's gonna come
Mike
out here
Prine
and get
from
it.
River Falls,
So
and
can
he
you
was
stay
like
here
class of
and
1986.
have it?
And he
Give
passed
it
away
to
in the
her.
early 90s, and they kind of started a golf
Like,
tournament.
he's
That
going
out
was
the first
really it.
pitch.
It was just,
Yep.
and they
Yeah,
decided
but it's
to,
like for everybody.
you know, just give
dealing
the
with
money
cancer,
so
has no
it just
cancer,
built,
so.
and then the more people that received, you know, funds out of nowhere, they just knock on the door. Here's a
Yep.
gas cart, you know, just stuff to help out, and it just kept growing, you know. And people, and then they'd beat it, and they'd say, "Well, man, I received that, and I want to give back as well," and it's just grown. It's just
It does.
It's amazing. It's just a lesson in, you know, the more you give, the more you receive.
Absolutely, and it's a different angle on charity when it comes to cancer, because you know, most of it goes to cancer research, which is
Right.
awesome,
Which
but,
is great.
But this is solely
Probably.
dedicated to the needs of the family,
For sure.
right? So I think that in and of itself is just
And it's local, and
it's local.
It's a local hug.
Yep.
It's a hug from your community, and
Yep.
And the money obviously is important, and but it's also just the thought that, you know, people, you know and care about you.
Absolutely.
And they're thinking about you.
yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Well, we've got a fun game today. So the Wildcats come into today's game 7-8 overall, but they're 5-4 in the Big Rivers Conference. That's coming off an 11-6 win on Tuesday against these same Old Abes. The Wildcats brought out the butter wands, as they like the bats. The big hitters at the plate on Tuesday, Reagan Schurz was 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. It was kind of the middle of the order. Danny Pellinger kind of set the plate, set the table, and she scored 2 runs. But Schurz, Ava Larson was 2 for 4. Mo Kivel was 3 for 5 with 3 RBI. Brenna Clifton chipped in with 2 RBI on her own. But yeah, Wildcats were cruising all the way through. It was 11-1 in the 7th, and then Old Abe's tacked on a few late. But Wildcats cruised to an 11-6 win to improve to 5-4 in the conference. So looking for the Old Abe sweep here at Peg Aderman Field today, Steve.
Yeah, for sure. The last game, I would say you throw out the last inning, and that was a pretty convincing win. And I think you got away from us at the last inning, and they added some runs, but we added 4 in that top of 7 to compensate for that. So it was there was a little bit of a nail biter at times, but the girls pulled it out, and we got the win.
Yeah, well, once again, for those that are just joining us, Paul, and you can talk about it, but River Falls Softball will be donating all proceeds from today's events to the Rhinos Foundation, and that supports individuals and families affected by cancer in western Wisconsin. Rhinos was founded in honor of River Falls High School alum Mike Rhino Prine, who died from cancer at age 22. Friends and family keep his spirit alive through this work and their annual fundraising golf outing in July, and that's probably one of the funner outings of. And another thing too, although shout out to Sean Furley. I don't know if you guys know Furley.
Yep.
But he's got prostate cancer, and they're having a fundraiser golf tournament for him in June.
Yep.
So I'll be looking for some partners for that.
Spray his yard for skiers.
If you're looking for a partner in fun, Greg,
summer.
I'm your guy. If you're looking for a partner that's good at golf, I'm not.
We're looking for partners in fun.
He's a good kart driver.
Yeah.
Found that out. And he's good for a putter too if it's a scramble.
Hey, that's what it's all about. You hit like 3 or 4 putts, Paul, and you've earned your keep.
Yep.
Mila.
Well, let's go over the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the Old Abe from Eau Claire Memorial, leading off and playing shortstop. She's a good one, Lindsay Duerkop. Batting second, the second baseman, number 25, Milena Menard. Batting third, the center fielder, Abby Strayer. Pitching in the circle this afternoon for Memorial, number 24, Molly Mulak. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Sydney Erickson. Catching this afternoon for Memorial, number 21, Tatum Brimmer. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 8, McKenna Domes. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 7, Brianna Berlin. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 18, Brooklyn Race. For your Wildcats, leading off, setting the table, and playing second base, Danny Pellinger. Batting second, the leading hitter for the Wildcats on the season, catcher Reagan Shears. She is hitting a svelte .404 on the season. Batting third and playing shortstop, Ava Larson. She leads the Wildcats in home runs on the year. Batting in the cleanup spot, the third baseman, Mo Kibble. Batting fifth, the first baseman, sophomore extraordinaire Kaylee Barris. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Brenna Clifton. Batting seventh, the designated player, Jazzy Schwanz. Pitching this afternoon on the rubber for the Wildcats, number 2, Hudson Walker. Batting ninth, the center fielder, Caitlin Moe, and the flex position and playing left field, Kenna Cook. There you have it, Chantel. There's your starting lineups for tonight's BRC game. The coaches and umpires are meeting at home plate, and we are moments away from the national anthem introduction and some BRC softball. Get ready to rock and roll here at Peg Aderman Field, boys and girls.
It was Audra on the mound. Was on Tuesday, right?
Tuesday.
Yep,
Yeah.
she was. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the only change right there, is it? You think?
Yeah. Jasmine Schwantz will be DH, and Danny is going to second. Danny Pellinger's going to second. But yeah, that'd be the biggest change.
Yeah.
Yeah, Audra Aderman on Tuesday, she had 7 innings pitched. She had 5 strikeouts, pitched well. Wildcats got the win, improved to 5-4 in the BRC.
That's awesome.
And I always say this, like, this is the first time I've seen this, so I only have like 4 years of history of really paying attention. So we always lean on Chantel to tell us what happened. But
Try to.
in conference play, I don't remember us sweeping 2 teams in a year.
That would be a long, yeah. We'd have to go way back, but
So the Wildcats swept Rice Lake earlier this season.
Yep. And they split
Last
with,
week, right?
with Hudson and North.
yeah.
And split with North and Hudson.
And in both of those, those teams came back strong the second time
Yeah.
we played.
Yep.
But, so it'll be interesting. I hope the Wildcats don't.
Wildcats
let
have
up.
they've played well here at Peg Interman Field so far this year.
Yeah, they do like their home games, home field. I like that. I know.
Could be the
Coach
broadcast
Ryan,
crew up in the booth. Could,
Yeah.
could be the DJ abilities of Miss Angie Clifton.
I know Coach Ryan Schurz. He goes way back in the archives, so we'd have to ask him to like look back and see when the last time there was a sweep. But yeah, so after today, then you guys go to Wausau, right? And then for conference, you have Chippewa and New Richmond.
Chippewa next week, and then Altoona next Friday night at home. That's
Senior
at,
night.
That's at 7:00 start at the college. They don't have lights at the
No,
college,
that's wrong.
do they?
I was weird. I thought that was weird. But,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did too. So I'm guessing that will change.
Maybe they
to
think
5
there was
o'clock.
lights there.
But yeah, so just in conference play, it's just Chip and New Richmond, right?
Yep,
That you guys have
yep.
left after this game?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you guys? You're part
Well,
of the
yeah,
squad.
yeah.
And then after
Cats.
the completion of the regular season, the Wildcats are going to be headed eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking for the playoffs.
Heck yeah.
Paul, do you know the
Super
umpires
fun
for today's
night.
You know, I don't.
afternoon?
I don't. I was looking and I don't. But I did. I did
And welcome
hear.
to the River Falls High School softball strikeout cancer game in
We're gonna
Houston
start our
between the Old Player
Strikeout
Memorial
cancer.
And we've got a pretty
and
cool,
North Falls Wildcats.
pretty cool thing for the first pitch that's going to be thrown out today is Kobe Clark, and he is the 2026 Wildcat Warrior. Kobe is a sixth grader at Meyer Middle School. When Kobe was 9 years old, he was diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor, and throughout his treatment, he has had 3 brain surgeries, 6 rounds of regular chemo, a high dose of chemo with a stem cell transplant, and 30 rounds of radiation to his brain and spine. He's spent over 100 days in the hospital, and he's fighting to heal his body. By the grace of God, Kobe has been cancer-free for 2 years.
That's amazing.
We'll talk more about Kobe when he comes out onto the field.
Number 7, Brianna Berlin.
Angie Clifton is introducing the starting lineups, and
Number 18,
I see retired Professor Brian Schultz
Oh, yeah.
is in the house. He is an old fast pitch player. He played for Johnny's back in the day.
And now for your River Falls Wildcats. Leading off, the second baseman, number 24.
yeah, we'll take a look again. There's Danny Pellinger.
Batting second,
In the pink today, like the cats rocking the pink, light pink jerseys.
Little navy and pink. There's Reagan Schurz, Ava Larson giving some high fives to the Wildcats.
batting fourth, the third baseman, number 11, Morgan Kibble. Batting fifth,
Mo
the
Kibble.
first baseman, number 10, Kaylee Barris.
There's number 10, Kaylee Bear. She's playing first base today.
The right fielder, number 8, Brenna Clifton.
Brenna Clifton in right field today for the Wildcats. There's the designated player, the double deuce, number 22, Jazzy Schwanz.
And pitching for your Wildcats today, number
And pitching
2,
this
Hudson
afternoon for the
Walker.
Wildcats, number 2, Hudson
Batting
Walker.
ninth, the center fielder, number 6, Caitlin
And there's
Moe.
Caitlin Moe.
And playing left field for your Wildcats today, number 3, Kenna Cook.
And number 3, Kenna Cook playing left field.
And now we ask that you please rise if you are able, remove your hats, and place your
We're going to do the national anthem, and we'll be right back
with the playing of
to
our
some Big
national
Rivers
anthem
Conference softball.
performed by the River Falls High School Choir.
Well, there's your national anthem. We're
Part of our
getting
strikeout
ready to
cancer
roll.
event, we recognize a Wildcat warrior, someone who has been affected by cancer and has faced their journey with courage, resilience, and the
And here's
strength of a Wildcat.
Sixth grader at
We
Meyer
are
Middle
proud to
School,
recognize
Kobe Clark,
Kobe
is throwing out
Clark as
the
our 2026
ceremonial first
Wildcat
pitch.
warrior.
He's the 2026 Wildcat Warrior. Kobe loves all sports and being outdoors. He plays football, baseball, hockey, and golf. When he's not at practice, he enjoys fishing and being on his boat and mowing lawns. You gotta like that. Kobe and his younger brother Brecken own a lawn care company called Clark Bros. Kobe's make-a-wish was a Toro Grandstand lawnmower that he enjoys driving around while mowing his customers' lawns. Kobe perseveres at everything he does and always has a positive attitude and a beautiful smile on his face. Thanks for sharing your story with us, Clark family. Let's hear it for Kobe. And he's now going to throw out the first pitch in just a few moments.
Kobe and his younger brother Brecken own a lawn care company called Clark Bros. Kobe's make-a-wish was for a Toro Grandstand lawnmower that he enjoys driving around while mowing his customers' lawns. Kobe perseveres at everything he does and always has a positive attitude and a beautiful smile on his face. Thank you for sharing your story with us, Clark family. Let's hear Kobe.
Sign that kid up, Paul Aderman.
I think they say that was right downtown.
That was
Money.
right down Cemetery Road. Awesome ceremonial first pitch by Kobe Clark, a sixth grader at Meyer Middle School. He has spent cancer, and he has been cancer-free for 2 years, so
That's so good to hear.
Unreal.
God.
My goodness.
hopefully he has a lot more strikes to throw and a lot more lawns to mow, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yeah, that's okay.
Chantel,
Yeah,
you've
that's
been-
amazing.
You've been part of the gang for so long.
Oh yeah, one of the guys. I'll take it.
I think we went on a golf trip. Chantel would tell PJ, you gotta watch J-Mo. I'm going with the guys.
Yeah, going with the guys golfing.
I could see BJ looking at you like I'm
I was
supposed
crazy.
to be going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure to stop by the Strikeout Cancer table to purchase your River Falls beanies, visors,
Yeah,
or
so
hats.
far, even before the game started, River Falls
You can
Softball
also make a direct donation
has
to the
raised
foundation.
over $1,300 for the Rhinos Foundation. That number is climbing. They've got a table here at the game. If you're watching this and you got a couple hours to spare, come on down and check it out. You can also go to the
The following Strikeout
Rhinos
Cancer
Foundation
donation
online, and you
to
could
the
donate
foundation
from
in
their
support
website
of
too.
Yeah, they take Venmo, I know.
Papa Aderman Family Farm, Amy Driving School.
Once again, our sponsors for today's Strikeout Cancer game, Balsam Lake Lodge, Papa Aderman Family Farm, Kinney Driving School, Vivid Beauty Lounge, Terry McKay Remax, and the Harriman Trebus Real Estate Group, and I think that's through Property Executives Realty.
You're right about that.
So we're gonna see
Hudson Walker in the circle for the Wildcats here to lead off the top of the first. She's pitched 20 innings on the season, 18 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a 4.13 ERA.
I'm gonna go get 'em.
And she's facing a tough hitter right out of the gate in Lindsay Duerkop. 1-1 the count to Duerkop.
She was doing a little slapping and some bunting, and she's fast as a cat.
Yeah, I'm going off the memory, Paul, but I want to say Duerkop was plays in the back row of libero for the Old 8 volleyball team, which has been pretty strong the last few years.
I'm guessing she's quick enough for her. Wait till you see her run.
A 3-1 count to Duerkop to lead off the top of the first here at Peg Aderman Field on the gorgeous campus of River Falls High School. And Duerkop draws a walk. She's at first with nobody out.
The second baseman, number 25, Molina Menard.
Next up for the Old 8, the second baseman, Milena Menard. You got to kind of think she's related to the Menard. Menard hits a fly ball to right field, and that's hauled in by Brenna Clifton for the
Here, I'll
first
just
out
make this
in
to
the
you.
top of the first.
There you go.
Next up,
Hey, nice pitch, man.
Thank
That
you.
was
Yeah, that was solid.
Super nice pitch.
Kobe, that was an outstanding pitch, man.
Thank
You obviously play baseball.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, boy, that thing had some gas on the right
Thank
down
you.
the gut.
Thank you.
So you playing baseball right now?
Yeah.
You on Park and Rec or travel or?
12 triple for
Okay.
River Falls.
Okay. What positions do you play?
Well, I'm a lefty, so usually I play a lot of first, and then I play some right field and whatever. But
That was a base hit by Abby Strayer right through the hole. Duerkop will head over to second. Strayer on first, and Molly Mulock will come to the plate with 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the first. Kobe, tell us a little bit about, I thought that was kind of cool that you and your brother, you guys have a lawn care business. I did when I was little too, but you guys look like you've stepped it up. You got a riding lawnmower. You guys can take care of a lot of lawns, can't you?
yeah, we just got the bank downtown, the First National.
Oh,
we
so you
did-
got some commercial accounts.
Yeah.
That's
So
a big time.
we just got that. We just mowed that yesterday, so we got that this summer, and then that's our only commercial.
How many
account.
lawns do you guys mow per like how many accounts do you have?
Like 3 full-time ones, and then
Okay.
there's like a couple that would be like, oh, my husband's out of town, can you mow our lawn?
Sure, sure.
Kind of like a pool.
Kind of like walk-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you're a 6th grader at Meyer Middle School. Who's your favorite teacher over at Meyer Middle School?
I gotta say Miss Fletcher. I love her class, and I love she's always
Hey.
so funny and
Hey, you're a great lawn care provider, and you're also good at public relations.
yeah.
That's a great answer here at the River Falls
You
softball
think you
game.
could beat her in leg wrestling?
Oh, easy.
Oh,
Coach Fletcher's she's awesome. Isn't she?
Yeah,
Do you call her Coach Fletcher or Miss Fletcher at school?
Miss Fletcher.
Yeah.
3 and 2 the count, 1 out.
Yeah, Hudson
Top of
Walker
one.
fired a strike right there. Hudson Walker throws pretty hard, doesn't she?
Very hard.
So you sit in that thing. It said you had a brother. Do you have any other siblings at all?
Yeah, I've got a brother and a sister.
How old are they now?
My brother is 9 and my sister is 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Does your brother do they play baseball and softball
Yeah.
as well? Okay.
My brother plays baseball, hockey, golf, football. We do
Okay.
basically a lot of sports, and then my sister is more of like the gymnastics, dance, that type
Okay.
of weird stuff.
Well, Molly Mulock takes a walk. That'll load the bases with 1 down, and it brings up the first baseman, Sydney Erickson. Kobe, what do the Wildcats got to do to get out of the top of the first here?
Get some outs.
I like it.
that's a good call by catcher. Shears, go out there and talk, settle down just a little bit. Hudson's throwing well. She just is.
Yeah.
She just
She'll
isn't
settle
getting
in.
3 in a row.
Kobe, center fielder Caitlin Moe's grandma passed away from cancer this morning. Did you hear that?
I did not hear about that, but we know the Mo's really good. We've known them. They're really good family friends
Yeah.
to us.
Did your family come in contact with the Rhinos Foundation at all during that?
Here we go.
There's
Nice.
play.
That
And Kobe Clark, you called it, drew it up. It was bases loaded with 1 out, and the Wildcats got a 5 unassisted and a throw to home, and Reagan Shears applied the tag. It was a double play to end the top of the first, and boy, the old Abe's put a scare on, but come away with no runs in the top of the first.
Yeah, it looked like the Eau Claire coach didn't agree with something, but I didn't see anything that was out of the ordinary. I was a little nervous when Mo touched third and then went home, but it worked.
Yeah, I think what head coach Kari Winkler was possibly arguing is that she got under the tag, maybe that the tag wasn't made in time, but I don't know what else she could have been arguing. Yeah, so the old Abe they scored no runs. There was 1 hit, 2 walks. There was 3 runners left on base, but we head to the bottom of the first and score tied up at goose eggs apiece.
So, Kobe, what do you think is easier to hit, a softball coming at you or a baseball?
Well, for me, it would probably be a baseball because of the way I see the ball.
Okay.
But I do like the softball is yellow and bigger, but I don't think it would be harder for me to hit an underhand ball when I've been seeing overhand balls.
Well, that's true, but you also got what's the distance for pitching in baseball?
60.
60.
Well,
Right now, we're
You're-
only at like 50.
Yeah,
Okay,
their
you're
age
at
is
50.
54, yep.
So that's 43 down there, and they're
Yeah.
throwing about 55, 60. So,
Yeah.
Probably coming in at about 80 if you do the math on the distance, probably.
yeah, if we knew
Low 80s, yep.
Yeah, if I knew algebra, I could probably calculate that.
But I think in softball, some of the college pitchers that are hitting the 60, that's like 95,
Yeah.
for baseball, or 98, Well, leading off, are we doing any
Good with
I don't have
Okay.
time now. I will the next inning.
leading
Say
off for the
goodbye to everybody.
Wildcats?
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right.
thanks for coming up, Kobe.
Yeah.
And congrats,
Always.
man. That's
Leading
Yeah,
off for
thank
the
you.
Wildcats,
Leading off for the Wildcats here in the
Thank
bottom
you.
of the first inning, the second baseman, Danny Pellinger.
let's go, D.
Danny
he's
led
such
off
a good kid.
last game with just a rocket between short and third to get
Yeah,
the
she
whole thing rolling.
and scored 2 runs on Tuesday in the Wildcats' 11-6 victory.
We had, I believe it was 5 straight hits to start off the game Tuesday night.
Pellinger hitting right around that 300 mark for the Wildcats on the season.
Let's see, Fletcher's changing up the batting order then a little.
Oh,
huh?
nice.
There we
Yep,
go.
There we go.
Pellinger
That's a good lead off.
rips a single right up the middle. And Pellinger
Stays hot.
doing her job as a leadoff hitter. Get on base, and she did just that.
Well, you know she's got a new puppy as of last week, so if
Yeah.
I can get my wife to bring it in the camera shot, I'll show you our new puppy here.
Charlie.
Oh,
Charlie.
Charlie cat.
So with Pellinger on first, it brings up the catcher, Reagan Shears. Shears batting .404 on the season to lead the Wildcats. She was 2 for 3 with 3 RBI on Tuesday against these Old Abe. First baseman for Eau Claire, Sydney Erickson,
Ooh,
donning
that was dirty.
some pink socks in support of the Wildcats strikeout for Cancer Day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see several of them have some pink ribbons in their hair too. And
yeah.
I was talking with one of the Eau Claire JV coaches. So she's a former Wildcat. Her name is Nellie Saby. She coaches JV. So she played with Taryn here as a Wildcat, and now she coaches for Memorial, and Taryn coaches for River Falls. So it's a fun reunion over there on the JV field. But
Oh, nice.
she said one of the players in their dugout her dad passed away from cancer in January. So they have a
Oh,
close relation there to strikeout cancer events mean a lot to them.
Molly Mulak in the circle pitching for the Old Abe. 2-2 the count to Shears. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first at Peg Aderman Field. Ball 3 just a little inside and low.
looks like Pellinger is testing that catcher's patience. She's getting out there on that lead.
Yeah, and this catcher's got a decent arm, too.
Yeah, she does. That was the second catcher.
Yep.
Today's catcher for the Old Abe is Tatum Bremer.
All right.
Reagan Shears takes the
Shears
walk.
draws a walk, so 2 on, nobody out.
For the Wildcats, the shortstop
And it brings up the shortstop, Ava Larson.
Stay hot, Ava Larson.
Larson hitting .340 on the season. She leads the Wildcats with 3 home runs.
And was she the nominee for the athlete of the week, or
Yeah.
Female
athlete of the week for
VRC
the-
athlete of the week. Yeah, I don't know where the results are for that. I thought it said it closed at noon on Wednesday, but I guess I haven't seen if she
Oh,
won
so-
that.
They're still tallying.
Are they? Okay.
I don't know.
Memorial starter Molly Mulak, it looks like she has a pretty solid changeup.
She's
There it was
throwing
there
something.
again.
Yep.
2 changeups, 2 strikes from Old Abe starting pitcher Molly Mulak. There's a fastball
Should I?
Watch
high.
it throw.
Oh no.
Boy, that was a heck of a heads
Get back.
up play by.
Get down. There you go.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that was a heads up play by
They did that
Old
the
Abe
other night.
catcher Tatum Bremer.
She did the same thing and almost got.
Yep,
was
she
it
did.
Jesse Schwantz?
Like
She
that
did.
back pick.
Yeah, we gotta. That's one thing I think we do as a team. We have to remember things that happened in the previous game because the same team is going to do it.
Exactly.
And she did that right. It was in the 7th inning or 6th inning.
Well, you know, in fairness, you're on second base, and it's just one of those things you never really think of that's going to come, and
But she throws it every time back hard to the pitcher.
she does,
so
and
you
that's
can't tell the difference.
you said that the other night, and that makes sense. But we got a base out of it.
Yeah,
got
yeah,
lucky
2
there.
bases.
We did.
Well, 2
Moving
bases,
runners
yeah,
around,
we
just
sure
like
did.
fun.
Yep.
So a little
I don't-
fortuitous
I
play
don't-
in the field, yeah, for the Wildcats.
I don't know how Coach Fletcher feels about that, but I guess if it works out,
That one looked a hair low and
did
outside,
look
but
low.
they called it a strike. So
yep.
Third baseman, number 11.
She'll have a lot more forgiveness.
Larson strikes out looking,
Woo!
and with
Angie's
runners on
out on the
second
mu-
and third.
Music today.
Mo music, mo problems for Mo Kibble.
Let's get a hold of this one.
Kibble swings through that Mulak fastball. 0-1 the count. Paul, who pitched for Memorial on Tuesday? Was it?
I think it was number 8.
Okay.
Is it Domes?
Yeah, McKenna Domes. Yep. Mulock in the circle today for the Old Abe. Gorgeous afternoon. The leaves are popping.
Greg,
So are the gloves.
I noticed you say Old Abe. Is it not plural or is it? Old?
It is plural.
Okay. All right.
Abe.
That's a Mike. I think it's one of the better nicknames of all time. Rob Derry disagrees.
I think it's pretty cool.
I love
actually.
it.
So do you know who Old Abe is?
Well, it's a tree, but they're also the eagles too. Kind of.
That's the eagle. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, Old Abe the eagle.
I thought it was Lincoln.
Learned it in 4th grade, seeing history, but I can't remember what exactly it is.
I love the nickname. Rob Derry and I have had discussions on broadcasts with Disagree United States of America.
I'm going to guess Wildcat.
Mo Kibble hits a soft roller,
yeah,
missed
right
at
there.
third, bobbled it short.
I'd go with Tigers.
It is Wildcats.
Is it?
Is it
Wildcats.
Wildcats?
What do I?
So
do I
Mo
get anything?
Kibble reaches on an error.
At Johnny's tonight, you get your prize.
That'll allow Pellinger to score. She scored 2 runs on Tuesday. Adds another run here in the bottom of the first. Schurz is over at third. Kibble at first, so runners at the corners for sophomore first baseman Kaylee Barris.
There we go.
Go, 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 go.
That one pops out.
Go.
Schurz is hustling. She's
we
going
go.
to slide in safely.
I like that slide.
Slid right in
Yeah.
by her. Yeah, she
Schurz
was
was
looking-
loaded up and trucking down the third baseline there, Paul.
She had to do a little outside,
outside slide.
grab that home plate with her hand.
I think we'll score. Want to know the count to Kaylee Barris.
Ooh,
She fouls that off.
Is that off the ump or the catcher?
I think it was off the
Old Abe's
umpire.
catcher.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was off the umpire. Once again, a big shout out to Chantel Dulas for the Diet Mountain Dew for the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was key.
Provide refreshments. I'm sorry, Paulo. The latte just couldn't make it up here.
I don't drink pop, but I drink lattes.
Yeah.
You can't drink that here.
I gotta bring Fletcher.
Ulak
for
delivers a
liquid death.
fastball high to Barris. Barris hitting .311 on the season. She's been a bright spot for Coach Fletcher over at the first base bag. Just a sophomore.
Oh.
She lays into that one, gets around on it early. It'll be foul over the left field foul line fence.
That was a lot deeper than I thought it was
Yeah, it
when
was.
she hit it.
She got a hold of that.
Yeah.
Coach Fletcher's telling her, sit. Wait.
Barris has some pop in her bat, no doubt about that.
When she didn't look like she even swung very hard.
Mulak's changeup in the dirt low. Runs the count full. 3-2, 1 down. Mo Kibble on second base. And the Wildcats with a 2-zip lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Strikeout Cancer Day.
Oh, look for 2 here.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you
Mo
say
Ki-
this is a new pitcher this year? Or did she
Different pitcher than Tuesday.
than Tuesday? Okay.
They're pretty much split in the innings, the 2 pitchers are.
And she's only a freshman, this girl.
Yeah, with runners on the corners and 1 down, it brings up the right fielder, Brenna Clifton.
She's hitting the ball. She hit the ball really well on Tuesday.
Clifton batting right around. She's right at that 300 mark on the season as well.
All right, your puppy's down there. Does the camera get her? Not yet.
I
Brandy
can,
will
I
have
can
to
at the
lift
inning
her up.
break. Yeah, I think
How
people
has it
want
been having a new puppy at the house, Steve?
It's been about
That
12
pitch
years.
off the plate, and Mo Kibble's going to score standing up.
I would think the timing couldn't be better. I mean, end of school year.
It's
right?
working
Middle
out
of
with the weather.
softball.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's,
Mayhem May, and you add a puppy to it.
yeah.
That's what we call May in the middle
Sometimes
school.
things
Mayhem
just
May.
seem too easy at Pellinger,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
want to
Oh, yeah.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Weren't you just redoing
We
all
just
of your house?
renoed the
kitchen?
house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clifton fouls that one over the first
Why
base
not add a
dugout.
puppy?
Yeah,
right?
then don't sleep at night again.
Well, yeah. So this was Danielle's birthday present from March. So
That's a heck of a birthday present.
That is.
yeah,
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
especially one that she's going to graduate next year, and that's going to be my burden for the next
Yeah.
12 years of my life.
Oh,
Clifton hits a hot shot to second baseman. Nice play by
he'll be my buddy. She'll be
Cole
my
Davis,
buddy.
Milena Menard. So with 2 down and Barris at third, it brings up the designated player number 22, Jazzy Schwans.
Isn't that kind of how it always goes? The dads are like, I don't want the dog, but then you see the dog snuggled up with the dad all the time.
unless it's me.
Yeah, you want the
I have
dogs.
to beg to get a dog.
Yeah.
That's the funny story is when we got our cat, the whole idea was the cat was going to be Danielle and Brandy's.
Ooh.
And
But
if you-
Harris with some hot
We
moves
get that
over
cat,
there.
and that cat is pretty much mine.
Yeah.
I mean, she prefers me. I don't know what it is.
Well, we have had a dog and still have it, Ralphie.
Yeah.
And then I go out of town. I visit my 2 brothers, and I come back, and Ella got another dog named Hazel.
Okay.
And then she was just about ready to go off to school too. So
Well, as long as mom is okay, that's all.
apparently,
Oh,
there's a nasty changeup
That thing moves.
from Memorial
It
pitcher
does.
Molly Mulock. Schwans goes down swinging on strikes, and that's the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Wildcats have 1 hit. That was a smoke show from Danny Pellinger up the middle. She scored. Reagan Sure scored off of a walk. And Mo Killer reached on air and she scored. So 3-0 as we head to the top of the second.
Which supports individuals and families affected by cancer in western Wisconsin.
Once again, today's
Rhinos was founded in honor of the
River Falls softball strikeout for cancer. It all goes to, all the money raised goes to the Rhinos Foundation. And Rhinos was founded in honor of River Falls High School alumni Mike Rhino Prine, who passed away from cancer at age 22 back in the early 90s. Friends and family keep his spirit alive through this work and their annual fundraising golf outing in July. And what's happened, Chantel, the last I'd say 5 years with all the broadcast games that we do, and softball does the strikeout for cancer, baseball does one. I know boys and girls basketball
Yep.
does one with Hudson every year. Hockey does one. Football does one. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of, and
It's starting to be a big trend. And
Well-
that's a great trend.
well, and actually
Yeah.
how that all started. So, and I don't remember the gentleman's name, but there was a guy that was had dealt with cancer. Rhinos helped him out, and he was a Hudson guy. Actually, he's a Hudson Raider family.
Okay.
And then he started some Hudson games, and then kind of the competition things that Hudson was raising money doing
Yeah.
doing broadcast games and all that. So then River Falls popped on, and
Step up
it's a
the
win-win
game. Yeah,
situation for
for sure.
everybody.
was that Jonesy doing that?
It could have been.
Might have been. Yeah.
So leading off for Memorial here in the top of the second, the catcher Tatum Bremer. 3-0 here in the top of the second.
Nice pitch.
Hudson Walker in the circle for your Wildcats.
She's slinging it too.
Yeah,
She's
she is.
throwing hard.
She is throwing hard today. I know some of our past Warriors that we've had too. We've done this for several years now. So last year was Ray Ralston and
Yeah.
Mo
And Mo.
threw out the first pitch. And then before that, I know we had Angie Burke, who is Lily Burke's mom.
Yep.
And I don't know. Other
Lily
ones.
Burke, I think, too, was just named to some NSIC.
All defensive team.
All defensive
for
team.
Concordia
That's-
St. Paul. Yeah,
yeah,
she had a
congratulations
heck of a
to-
sophomore year. Not surprising.
No,
She's a beast out in the center field and heck of an arm on that kid.
She
so-
plays left field in college. Though.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
better
either way.
athletes to
Yeah,
come out of
super
River Falls
athletic,
High
yeah.
School.
Well, she's definitely the best football player on the 7th grade team. I know that.
Well, you can probably mark this down, but I bet within the next 5 years, Wisconsin will have girls flag football as a sport.
Just the
It's
youth
growing.
girls flag football has gotten huge.
They've had
At Carbonite?
There we go.
There's a strikeout looking.
All right.
Well, that Eau Claire batter, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but she thought she was struck out on the 3rd pitch. She
Yeah.
took a step across the plate and then Nom said ball.
She's
Well, after
already
the
going to the dugout, huh?
Walker strikeout, it brings up the left fielder McKenna Domes. Domes pitched on Tuesday. McKenna Domes, a senior for head coach Kari Winkler. And 20.
Amazing.
That's awesome. I want to mention Chad Moe actually texted us and thanked
Yeah.
for the shout out, and just hearts and prayers just out to him and his family, to Ann.
Family.
Just
Yeah, Caitlin's grandmother, Grandma Lana, she passed away this morning from cancer.
That's tough.
That's tough.
And about 2 days ago, and maybe even as close as yesterday, today looked like it was going to be, according to the phone app anyway, looked like it was going to be pretty cloudy and a little breezy. And that is not the case. So
Nice stop.
Flashing the
Nice
leather
job.
over
Lana's
there.
helping out with the
All
weather
right.
upstairs.
Mo Kibble.
Mo Kibble makes an outstanding play at third to retire Domes for the second out of the inning.
Brianna Berlin.
And with 2 down, nobody on here in the top of the second. Third baseman Brianna Berlin comes to the plate. Wildcat pitcher Hudson Walker got out of a major jam in the top of the first. Not the case here in the top of the second. She's cruising, gets the strike on Berlin, runs the count to 0-1.
Yeah, that ball is moving because Scherz loves popping tonight.
Yeah.
You can probably
Yeah,
hear it
Scherz-
up here.
Scherz made 2 outstanding plays on Tuesday night. She threw a runner out at second, similar to what their catcher just tried.
Okay.
And then threw a runner out at third base as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Walker fires and delivers, and that's going to be a
we go.
lazy pop
Very
fly
good
to the
inning.
first baseman, Kaylee Varys, for the third out of the inning.
That's 3 up, 3 down, isn't it?
That would
3
be
up, 3 down for
He runs
Wildcat
some
pitcher
usage.
Hudson Walker.
I'm putting them up as the inning. We can keep talking.
The pictures, the youth pictures? Or?
I got the youth pictures actually on a video that we can forecast
Oh,
that
okay,
and say that
okay.
I can roll that in an inning or two here.
Director Steve Pellinger has all kinds of things going on over there.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we're thanking our sponsors of Strikeout Cancer and Terry McKay Realty, Remax Realty. We got the
Vivid Beauty
Papa
Lounge.
Aderman Farms. Thank you, Paul and Aderman family, for your donation.
It's mostly Peg's idea. I was kind of thinking we should hold back.
Yeah. We also have the Balsam Lake Lodge. That's Chad Moen family. Tonka Vodka. We've got the Kinney Driving School, Scott Emery. And we've got Vivid, and I don't know who Vivid is. Do you know?
It's Vivid Beauty Lounge.
Vivid Beauty Lounge. Well, thank you.
Leading off the bottom.
We'll look it up and find out.
Yeah. No,
People,
thank you.
and people can do that as well. Just get on your phones and Google search
Check it out.
Vivid Beauty Lounge, and
Yeah.
we'll find out more about them. So leading off the bottom of the second for the Wildcats, the pitcher Hudson Walker.
And not only is it Strikeout Cancer Night, but it's Youth Night.
It is Youth Night.
Talk about
so,
Youth Night yet? I
Yep, I
missed
got
the
a
beginning of it.
whole
but-
bunch of pictures.
Yeah, first baseman was standing right in the way. That should be interference, and she should get
Well,
Fielder, number
one of the
6,
reasons I don't think they're going to call interference is because I don't
wasn't
think
a play.
Walker was going to go anyway.
Right.
that shouldn't matter though. That's
Yeah.
not part of the rule.
If the right fielder would have missed the ball, then it's a different story. But she fielded it cleanly.
Hey, speaking of plays at first, Tuesday night, Brenna Clifton threw out a runner at first base from right field. It
Nice.
was cool as heck.
That was cool.
Assume that Memorial Girl did not expect Brenna Clifton to throw her out at first.
I know.
I'm sure she was shocked as heck, huh?
Yeah.
It was hit hard,
Sure.
and it was right to her, and she just right. A pretty good lead off a second. I'll be surprised if this catcher doesn't throw it
See
down
another
there.
back
Well,
pick.
I was watching Memorial catcher Tatum Brenner just throwing him down, in warm-ups, and
There it goes.
She's got a cannon.
You called
too.
it, Paul.
Tatum
I'm like
Brenner
Jimmy
has,
the Greek.
has an
Yeah,
absolute
you are.
rocket.
She does have a
of
good
an
arm
arm.
because she doesn't
What's
the
even
poly
make,
market
she doesn't even
odds
make
that
it
she's
look
gonna
like
do it
gonna
again?
throw it.
Well, what you can do though, if you're as quick as Hudson is, take that big lead.
And when she
then go
throws it,
third.
for sure,
No,
yeah.
the problem is she's throwing it back so hard to the pitcher that you can't predict.
Caitlin
That's
Moe
Tig.
skies one high
Wow.
to right
Yeah, I think
field,
you can tag on that one.
and Hudson Walker will tag
That's
up
a
and
nice
scamper over to
advancement
third.
of the runner.
Yep, did her job. Moved the runner.
Yep.
Good wood.
So
good.
with Hudson Walker on third, one down, we're back to the top of the order.
Next up for the Wildcats,
And second baseman
number 24,
and Ozzy
Danny
Osborne lover Danny Pellinger.
Do you think we'd see a suicide squeeze?
Boy, I'd like to.
Pellinger ripped one up the middle for a single and scored in the top of the first. Or excuse me, bottom of the first.
That's a good pitch.
Pellinger
Get
scored
that
2
outside
runs
corner.
on Tuesday, scored another run so far today. Doing what leadoff hitters are supposed to do, Chantel. Get on
Lead
base
off
and
and
score runs.
back.
Oh,
Boy, she hit that well,
was
but
well
that
hit.
was an atom ball right at third baseman Brianna Berlin for the second out of the inning.
Nice hit and nice base running by Hudson Walker. It's easy to get excited and just take off. But you don't need
Yeah,
to
Reagan
get a
Schurz
third.
walked and scored in the bottom of the first. And she's up with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Nice stop there by Bremer. 1-0 the count to Shearers. Senior shortstop Ava Larson on deck for the Wildcats. That fastball
Good stop.
outside and low. 2-0 the count to Shearers.
it's a solid catcher. I don't know why they didn't start her last. Well, the other catchers are pretty good too.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yep.
And maybe they do generally this pitcher.
It's a count to 3-0.
I feel like this pitcher is a little bit more wild, so they probably
Yeah.
need someone back there to
Yep.
dig balls.
Did you say dig?
Dig balls with a D.
That's a
That
good
fastball from Mulock right down Cemetery Road runs the count to 3-1.
See, Grandpa and Grandma Pierce are watching the game up in Amory.
Okay. And Grandma Pierce.
Oh,
Right
nice.
up the
gonna be
middle.
good.
Middle.
Shears racks up another single and an RBI as Hudson Walker comes in to score to make the score 4-zip in favor of the Wildcats.
I think RBIs, isn't she?
Yeah, I
Reagan?
don't have that stat, but
I can look it up. I can
Chantel can.
get on the game changer.
Mulock missed a little inside. Ava Larson now at the plate for the Wildcats. Mo Kibble on deck. Reagan Shears on first.
Yeah, Reagan Shears has
There's
11.
a slow roller to short. Fielded nicely by Durkop over to first for the third out of the inning, but not before the Wildcats score 1 run. There was 2 hits and 1 runner left on base as we head to the top of the third. Wildcats up 4-zip.
To answer your question about RBIs, it looks like Shears is leading the team with 11, and then Mo Kibble's right behind her with 10. So.
Okay.
Or it could be 12 if they didn't count that one yet.
Helped more than 105 individuals in western Wisconsin battling cancers with donations of more than $43,000. We want to take a minute and thank all our strikeout sponsors that have made a donation to the foundation and support of tonight's game.
Some other news and notes. Rhinos provides grocery and gas gift cards to area cancer centers to help offset the cost of patients' travel expenses. And once again, a shout out to our strikeout cancer sponsors for today's game: Balsam Lake Lodge, Papa Aderman Family Farm, Kinney Driving School, Vivid Beauty Lounge, Terry McKay Remax, and the Harriman Trebus Real Estate Group Property Executives Realty. Thank you, Strikeout for Cancer sponsors. I'm going to look up the Vivid Beauty Lounge and see.
Leading off the top of the third inning for the Old A's, the right fielder, number 18, Brooklyn Race.
It's open till 6.
You need a haircut?
Well, it says the Vivid Beauty Lounge. I wonder if it's a lounge and a salon at the same
I mean,
time.
so we could just go rest there?
It's in River Falls.
Maybe you can have a beer when you get your haircut.
It's the address is 109B on North
pitch.
Main Street.
Yeah, I know. Lynn's been there. It's got 4.9 out of 5 for reviews. That's pretty solid.
It's got 1,600 followers on Facebook. Well, leading off for Memorial and the top of the third. That's the right fielder, Brooklyn Race. And she'll foul that one off. 1-2 to count.
A bit foul. The coaching staff here put in a ton of work into this event, so shout out to all the coaching staff with Leah, Ryan, Jess, Sophie. There's so many things
There's a
and
change up
activities.
from Walker, and Race goes down swinging for out number 1 in the top of the third.
Next up for Memorial, the
So many
shortstop,
activities
number
going around
13,
today.
Lindsay Durkop.
We're back up to the top of the lineup, and shortstop Lindsay Durkop. Durkop walked. She reached third, but did not score in the top of the first. Wildcats got out of a jam. It was bases loaded and 1 out. And Mo Kivel made a nice play at third base to start a double play. The unorthodox 5U, 5-2. You don't see that too often.
No, when
It's
she
a weird
started
one
to
to
do
say.
it, I was nervous.
Walker gets a hard
Heat.
fastball right on the outside part of the plate.
That's a good spot. I don't think she can hit it over there.
No,
She's pretty-
look how far back she is.
Oh, there we go. Hudson's moving her pitches up really well today.
Yep.
She'll throw outside, then come back inside, and
She's
she's
up,
making them
way up in the
really
I would
think.
stay outside.
Walker, a tall, rangy right-hander, just a sophomore.
Perfect.
There's a changeup
Oh, that looked
right on
good.
the outside
That was
part of the plate,
Not
just
by
a
much.
hair low. 2-2 the count to Durkop. Durkop fouls that one off. Lindsay Durkop, a senior for Memorial. Good-looking player. That one low and in the dirt. One down here in the top of the third. Wildcats up 4-zip.
Nice.
There we
There we
go.
go.
That was a good pitch.
That is a pitcher's pitch right there from Hudson Walker. And it's the
nasty.
second
Yeah.
swinging strikeout of the inning.
And you can see that Durkop didn't like that spot.
No.
She didn't like it from the beginning, shaking her head when they did call it a strike. So Hudson and Schurz did a nice job of sticking right there. Because there wasn't outside. She just stood a long ways off the plate.
Yeah.
There's a
Hudson-
few, there's a few certain pitch locations that are just absolutely perfect to certain hitters, and that was one right there, Chantel.
Yeah, it was. Nice set of pitching there. Said Hudson Walker's older sister, Craylee, came home from college today and surprised her before the game, so that was really sweet.
And is she playing soccer at Winona State?
Yep, she is.
Yeah.
Just finished her second season, or for her first season at Winona. The first one, her freshman year, she was at, was it Moorhead?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
she
Yeah.
briefly went to Moorhead and
Yeah.
then she transferred right away.
Yep. She.
Yeah, that 2-0 pitch to Melena Menard was fouled off. 2-1 the count. 2 down. Menard fouled
go.
that one off as well, straight back. 2-2.
Bless you.
Thank you. I got whatever Steve had, I caught it.
Well,
the
it's
cotton
what's
blowing.
floating in the air
Yeah.
in the dust.
Walker with 3 strikeouts so far on the afternoon, 2 here in the top of the third. And there's a line
Here we
drive to
go,
left
right
field,
to
but right at
McKenna
Wildcat left fielder Kenna Cook, and that retires
Kenna Cook
the
made
old
that look
Apes in the
easy.
top of the third.
That was a nice changeup.
So the old Apes go
Yeah.
down 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Wildcats still leading 4-0.
So, Greg, I'm going to quickly run this little video I put together for
Yeah,
the.
go ahead, Steve.
Youth night?
Yep.
Yeah. Some real cute.
Bottom of the third for the Wildcats. Bottom of the third for the Wildcats. The cleanup hitter, third baseman Mo Kivel. Mo Kivel reached on an error in the first and scored.
Flo too was a while ago, not too long ago. She's really come on.
Well, when you 15 games into the season, but it's you go three for 5 a couple of times, and
Yep.
it'll boost that average in a heartbeat.
Got the drum committee going on in the dugout. Oh, there
Mo
we go.
Kibble
That's gonna miss.
slices one into right field, and a
Oh,
great
good
play
play
by
Yep.
Memorial center fielder Abby Strayer. Boy, Strayer showed some range
I
there.
was gonna say that was some range right there.
She made a few nice plays like that on Tuesday night as well. Ran a long ways.
Yeah, I thought that was a guaranteed gonna drop
Yeah, shot.
in right
yeah.
center, and Strayer ran. Boy, she was running a 4-4 over there to right center. First baseman Kaylee Barris now at the plate for the Wildcats. One down here in the bottom of the third. I think the Wildcats have Neil Peart in the dugout today.
Yeah.
A high fly foul ball off the bat of Barris. Even up the count at 1 apiece. Bulock gets a pitch and delivers a little changeup outside, ball 2. Barris has 1 home run on the year, correct?
Against
Yes.
Prescott, I think.
Yep.
Against Prescott. Mm-hmm.
Little slide piece right off the outside part of the plate, runs the count to 3-1. Bremer, fastball low and
Draws a
inside
walk.
off the plate, and Barris draws a walk here with 1 down in the bottom of the third, and it brings up the right fielder, Brenna Clifton.
It's as good as a solid base hit in my book.
Barris reaches base. Clifton had 2 RBI on Tuesday against Memorial. She laces one to right field. It's right at Old Abe right fielder Brooklyn Race for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Wildcats, the designated
And with
player,
2
number
down,
22,
Barris on
Jazzy
first base.
Schwartz.
It brings up the designated player, Jazzy Schwanz. Coach Fletcher calls a timeout. She's going to... There's a trifecta of 2s there.
There
Hudson
is.
Walker on deck, number 2, and number 22, Jazzy Schwanz, at the plate. 2 down.
Mama Schwantz is giving direction down there.
Encouragement.
I think it was direction.
Schwanz takes that fastball low and inside. 1-0 the count. Mulock got Schwanz swinging on a nasty changeup in the bottom of the first.
That is definitely a pitch Jazzy Schwantz does not want to see. A changeup. She hates those.
Well, no. Tim
Well, I
and
think
Jackie
some of the
Barris are going to have
BRC
to.
coaches, she's
Get
going to
out the
receive a
bleach.
heavy dose of it until she learns to adjust.
Yep.
Schwann's just a sophomore. She's got a couple of more years to work on that adjustment.
I
2
missed
and 1
it.
the count.
How did Barris get on, you guys?
She
A walk.
Walked? Okay, cool.
Schwann swings to a changeup. There's a throw down by Bremer. And Barris easily back to the bag.
She doesn't want white pants anymore, Barris. She's getting them real dirty.
Well, that was always a badge of honor, I thought.
I
to
think so, too.
Come away from a game with
fun.
some
Who's the dirtiest?
dirt scattered pants.
How many bases have we taken on wild pitches here today? That's been quite a few. It's really
Home
helped us a
twice?
lot.
Yeah.
Home twice for sure.
3-2 the count to Schwann. She swings through it. Looked like she took a little off that pitch. And Mulock gets Schwann's down on strikes for the third out of the inning. And the Wildcats get one runner on via walk. Kaylee Barris walked, but other than that, go down in order. A couple of fly balls to the outfield and a strikeout. Still 4-0 as we head to the top of the fourth in a dusty Peg Aderman field.
We could use some water on the field, huh? A little rain shower.
The
Justin Wilson to come
Yeah,
in
he
with a
does.
fire truck.
He did that a few years ago, back in 2018, 2019, something like that it was, I think.
Well, I've spent a lot of
That's
time
when it
over
needed it
Yeah.
the most. It was like a beach.
Yeah.
So, Greg, you got any, being at Strikeout Cancer, any cancer survivor stories in your family, or?
Well, I will say, I guess fortunately, not my dad, but
Yeah.
he had, I think it's when he had prostate cancer, but I think that's like a 99% recovery. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there was no huge battles or anything.
Yeah.
But again,
But still.
I think one of the things that they always talk about, you know, and my dad's kind of been on us. It's hereditary, and
Sure.
you get it checked early. And you know, talking about Sean earlier, like he found out he had prostate cancer, but it was in stage 4 already.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, so
Yeah.
you know, go get checked. Leading off the bottom of the fourth for Memorial, the center fielder Abby Strayer. She made a nice play in the bottom of the third. She covered a lot of ground to get that. Looked like what was going to be a gap shot by Mo Kibble. How about you guys? We've been pretty lucky as a family, I guess. I'll say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've,
My grandfather passed away from pancreatic cancer, but he was in his 90s.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I lost my sister-in-law to breast cancer. Dad had skin cancer. I lost my niece. It's a story that you're going to like. I'll tell it at the break of the inning. It's quite a long one, but it's quite the story.
My dad's mom, my grandma, passed away from, well, she had breast cancer, battled that for a long time, and then lung cancer, ended up passing away, but she was also almost 80, yeah.
Yeah. I lost my brother-in-law, too.
Yeah, so it's affected your family for sure.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. You're right.
I mean, not, I guess, luckily family related. You know, not so much for me, but I can. But friends galore.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known.
Oh, for
I can't
sure.
even count them. There, it's been. Walker gets Strayer down on strikes, and the pitcher Molly Mulock will come to the plate.
I think
Fourth strikeout for Walker so far here.
no matter who you talk to, everybody has a story.
Oh,
That's why
everybody's
that
got a
Rhinos
story.
Foundation is so important, and the donations that we receive for these are just, they go a long way, and they help so many people.
Boy, Mulock took just a half swing, kind of an excuse
Little
me
check swing there, yeah.
And it was a little duck snort right over Pellinger. There's just hit him where they're not. And
Yeah.
Mulock reaches on a kind of a half swing single. She's at first base, and first baseman Sydney Erickson now at the plate for Memorial.
Sorry, guys. I still have the Strikeout Cancer sponsor.
There's a ground ball to short. Larson to Pellinger. That one, whoop.
Got her out on
She
the turn.
dropped it.
Did she take her?
Yep,
Must have
but she
tagged her on
dropped
the
it,
turn.
but she picked it up, and Mulock was off the bag. So heads up play by Danny
Danny.
Pellinger to.
Stick with-
So catcher Tatum Brimmer is at the plate for Memorial. 4-0 here in the top of the fourth. 0-1 the count to Brimmer. She fouls that one off the ground, off her shin, and it'll be 0-2. Hudson Walker has been cruising the last 2 2/3 of the game.
Yeah, she's been pitching really well.
Shears throws down to first, heads up play.
Very good throw.
Bear supplies the tag, but Erickson slides back in safely. She's all dusted up. One and two the count. Walker checks her sign and delivers a little change up inside. Chantel, is Reagan Shears calling the game, or is she getting? Okay, I
Ryan
see her
Shears
looking. Yeah, she's looking
calls
over it.
Yep. He calls pitches, and then yeah,
But
she'll
there's
relay
a
them to
slow
Hudson.
roller to short, fielded by Larson.
Good
play.
play. Way to stick with that. She kind of bobbled that and
Boy, that was a textbook
Timeout.
field and throw over. She had her glove out front.
Yeah.
Threw it right over to first. So nice play by Ava Larson at short to retire Brimmer.
Yeah.
6-3 if you're scoring at home, and the old Abes get one runner on first, but other than that, easy peasy inning for Wildcat pitcher Hudson Walker. She's cruised in the second, third, and the fourth. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, the Wildcats still in the lead, 4-zip.
Yeah, Hudson had a little shaky in the beginning, finding the zone, finding the rhythm, but after that, she's been just rolling.
Yeah, she had 2 walks in the first 4 batters, has not walked a batter since.
Yeah. Oh, did she have any strikeouts the first inning, or she had them all second, third, and fourth?
She had 1 strikeout on the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. So she has 4 strikeouts on the day. And speak of the devil, Hudson Walker at the plate to lead off the bottom of the fourth for your Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, another Rhinos news and notes for you. So far here in 2026, so we're just, 4 or 5 months in, Rhinos has helped 30 individuals, which is double the amount given this time last year.
Wow.
Wow. Something.
Rhinos does that through just straight gift card and cash donations to the family, but they also do gas cards. They also, I know, a few different times they've bought. I know a lot of times when patients go in to get their chemo treatment, they're sitting there for 6 to 8 hours, and before they had just like an uncomfortable chair, and they bought the hospital some like recliners, comfortable recliners, and stuff like that. That just makes makes the day go a little bit better.
Yeah.
So leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Wildcats, and we'll listen to Steve Pellinger's story about your niece or nephew during this inning here. But Hudson Walker at the plate. Steve, take it away.
Yeah, so this is back in the 90s. This is how long ago it was. My niece Laura at the time was 14.
Probably pretty
14.
young.
Yeah, I was a young uncle. Let's just say that. But she was 14, and she was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia, and unfortunately, they ended up having to take most of her leg. So, not only lost part of her leg, going through chemo, just really tough times, but all along she was a huge baseball fan, huge Minnesota Twins fan, and this is the heydays back when you had the Twins winning the series in '91. And so she, nice.
Hudson Walker rips that one, but center fielder extraordinaire Abby Strayer easily hawks that down. That was an absolute frozen rope by Hudson Walker. Boy,
sure was.
Abby Strayer covers some ground out there.
Yeah, so she's a big Twins fan, and when she was diagnosed, she got in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and she ended up going to one of those Twins Fest back when it was in the Metrodome, and they took the kids that were in the Make-A-Wish, and they had a special area for them. And I'll never forget my sister's story where she was back there, and Kirby Puckett came back, and that was her favorite player, by the way.
Yeah.
Kirby Puckett.
A lot of people's favorite
Kirby
player.
Puckett spent.
Caitlin Moe took a little hit to the shin. She's on first, and we're back to the top of the order, and Danny Pellinger. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, so Kirby Puckett spent like almost a half hour alone with her. He signed everything she had. He got her jersey, her game jersey signed by every Minnesota Twin.
Wow.
Any baseball, she had like 3 baseballs with the Twins on it. She had the old timers, she had Killebrew, she had Rod Carew. She had all this Twins memorabilia, right? And so unfortunately, she passed, and when during her funeral, she was buried in her Twins uniform. She had her Twins jersey on, and all of the memorabilia was in the casket.
Yeah.
It was just
heartbreaking story, but
heartbreaking,
but a good one.
but I tell you what, you can say what you want about Kirby Puckett, but the man had a heart of gold, and he had the pool tournaments.
That's a
There's
gapper.
an absolute shot by
There we go.
Reagan Schurz with a bullet off the wall.
Caitlin Moe scores from first.
And Caitlin Moe all the way around from first base. Reagan Schurz gave it a ride off the wall. And an RBI stand-up double for the Wildcat catcher, Reagan Schurz. It'll give the Wildcats a 5-0 lead. Reagan Schurz continues to absolutely tattoo the softball.
She smoked it.
Now batting for the Wildcats, the shortstop Ava Larson.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one just kept going too.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked at first like, oh boy, the center fielder might have a chance, but it
She
just
barreled that one right up.
It was just on a line drive too. That thing would have had a little bit of air. That was going to hit the non-joiners out there in left center.
There's another pass ball.
The new catcher for Memorial number 9, Colby, I guess it's Jevney. Colby Jevney.
Is it the catcher moved over to first base then? The way it looks?
Yep.
This ump likes that higher pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mulock checks her sign, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. That one's high.
Schurz
And
is coming
Schurz
in.
is going to slide in.
Again.
Nice.
That's her 2nd run scored. She's 2 for 2 on the day with
2 pass balls stolen home for Schurz.
a double and a single and 2 runs scored.
That might
the
be
Wildcats-
4 runs on pass balls.
I think you might be right.
The Wildcats are in the lead 6-zip here in the bottom of the 4th. Larson struck out looking in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 2nd. She's 0 for 2 on the day. It was 2 for 4 on Tuesday against Memorial. She takes that one just a hair low, runs the count, full to 3-2. I saw some of those pictures, over the text chain, and some of the pictures of Ava Larson when she was young.
Right.
And Larson draws a walk.
Next up for the Wildcats,
With 2 down,
number 11, Mo.
the 3rd baseman, Mo Kibble.
From the shortstop there. I heard her say, oh my God, when she let go of the last one. So she's probably getting a little flustered, which it's hard not to get flustered, but you can't.
Yeah, Mulock's fastball there. Inside, 1-0 the count to Mo Kibble, the 3rd Wildcat senior 3rd baseman. Mo Kibble hits one right on the button.
One.
Solid single by the 3rd baseman. And with runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 down, it brings up the 1st baseman, Kaylee Barris. Barris has walked in both at bats today, walked in the 1st and walked in the 3rd.
I've known Mo Kibble since 3rd grade softball, and I guarantee you when she got down to Schurz, she said, I can't believe I hit it that hard and I only got a single. Guarantee she did.
Barris
Burner.
Oh, shoot.
hits it on the
You're not
nose
gonna
too,
get
but
much
right
past
at
that center fielder
Memorial
ball.
center fielder Abby Strayer. Strayer has been a defensive player of the game for Memorial here today. Retires Barris and the Wildcats in the bottom of the 4th.
It's really good to see it. Wildcats stringing those hits together.
Yes.
So far in 2026, Rhinos has helped 30 individuals, which is double the amount given.
Yeah, so another news and notes from Rhinos here. Since Rhinos' inception, and I believe that was right around 30 years ago, maybe 30 plus a little bit, Rhinos has gifted more than $200,000 to over 200 people affected by cancer in Pierce and St. Croix County. So that's just
amazing.
And those are all
Local donations.
local.
Yeah.
Usually, I would say it's just small ones, kind of one at a time. They just add up. It just keeps adding up. And it seems like the more that they give, the bigger the organization grows, and the more good they can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Old Abes, the left fielder. Or excuse me, I think we got a pinch hitter here. Number 10, Kiva Shilha. Sophomore Kiva Shilha is pronounced. Anybody?
I thought the pitcher warming up over there for Eau Claire was going to catch that.
Yeah, it looks like she could have had it. I think that's the pitcher.
Yeah,
from Tuesday.
McKenna Domes is over warming up in between the JV baseball field and the varsity softball field. There's a solid single right to the left to Ava Larson at short. And Sheila reaches first base on a single. So 1 on, nobody out for the Old Abes here at the top of the 5th. And third baseman Brianna Berlin now at the plate for head coach Kari Winkler. Paul, here's a little Old Abe's trivia question for you. What is the school song?
On Wisconsin?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
It's the only song I know in
Yeah.
Wisconsin, so that's
It was
the
a
only
good.
choice.
It was a good guess. 1-1 the count to Berlin. Wildcats stake to a 6-0 lead. Hudson Walker has been cruising since Memorial threatened in the top of the first, and Berlin is.
That one got away from her.
Yeah, that one kind of slid off the fingertips and hit Berlin in the shin. So Sheila on second, Berlin on first, and number 18 right fielder Brooklyn Race comes to the plate.
Brooklyn she might be kind of like the mom of the team. I heard her walk up to the hit batter and say, "You're all right, just walk it off. Take your time. We got time."
Take a deep breath. You're okay.
Race struck out swinging in the third for 1 today. Memorial had a sizable comeback in the 7th inning on Tuesday
Yeah, they
Yes,
did.
they did 4 runs.
to no avail, but yeah. Trying to do some late inning damage here in River Falls against Wildcat starting pitcher Hudson Walker. Race squares around a bunt, pulls back, takes the strike. 0-2 the count to the senior right fielder Brooklyn Race. Well, I think when I got here it was 65 degrees. I think it's warmed up a little
There we
bit.
go.
They got
Oh, that was
And Race goes down on strikes looking. That's a big strikeout for
good attempt.
Should have had a
Travel.
chance.
I'd watch for the bunt here.
Yep, I would.
Memorial back to the top of the lineup and shortstop Lindsey Durkop. Durkop squares around a bunt, pulls back. Hudson Walker has been living in that spot against Walker.
Boy, she's
runs
so
the
fast.
count to 0-2.
She runs it anywhere. She's going to be on first base.
Yeah. Well, she hit a rocket in the first inning Tuesday night to Ava Larson, which we would think would
by Hudson Walker, just a hair high, a little bit outside. 1-2 the count to the senior shortstop. Walker, can of cook, can of corn.
That was that ball was tailing too.
It was.
Yeah, Durkop hit it well, but right at Cook. So 2 down and 2 on for the 2-hole hitter, Milena Menard for Memorial. Memorial pops that one straight back right at us.
You think, Paul, when the girls watch these, they hear stuff like that, they were like, what the hell's a can of corn? What does that mean?
Probably.
They thought corn comes in a bag.
Yeah, I guess
We
so.
have to change it to bag of corn.
Bag of corn.
There you go. Heads up.
Menard hits that one foul over the first base dugout. 0-2 the count. Menard just a freshman. Walker has a high fastball. Sure
Got
throws it
her.
down.
Oh, get the out.
Well, I thought Barris had
I thought she had the out.
her
there,
over
yeah.
at first,
Yeah.
but immediately threw over to third to try to get number 10 Sheila.
I'd go for the out here. If she
So
goes.
runners on the corners, 2 down, 1-2 the count to Malay Menard. Walker fires a fastball a little high and outside, evens up the count at 2 apiece.
Tom Brady gives the signal.
Yeah.
Or I mean, Coach Fletcher.
Coach
Omaha. Omaha.
Nice
Nice.
catch.
Fletcher. And Hudson Walker gets Menard swinging on strikes.
That was
They
huge.
didn't even
That
need
is
the
her
play.
1,
Hudson
2,
Walker
3,
comes
4,
in and
5,
shuts her
6
down.
strikeout of the game.
Hudson Walker
And-
striking out cancer.
Yeah, once again, Memorial in the top of the 5th. They're trying to knock on the door. They had runners at the corners with 2 down, but once again, come away with no runs. There was no runs on 1 hit. There was 2 left, and we head to the bottom of the 5th. Wildcats still in the lead, 6-zip, looking for a season sweep of the old Abes.
I like seeing zeros across the scoreboard on the top row there, Greg.
Yeah.
Goose eggs across the board for Memorial here. Yeah, Hudson Walker, she walked Durkop to lead off the top of the 1st, and then walked the cleanup hitter, pitcher Molly Mulock. And after that, so yeah, now pitching for Memorial, number 8, McKenna Domes. She pitched on Tuesday.
McKenna Domes, Brenna Clifton lookalike. If you look at her, she's even number 8.
Yeah, same number too.
He's just a little thing up
Have you
there.
done the regular sponsors at all?
I have not yet.
Hey Chantel, when you do baller of the game, will you go down there with your hat cocked sideways?
I don't know if I can do
Come on,
that.
you can do it.
Why?
Oh, Mo Kimmel will. She'll think it's the baddest thing
Oh,
ever.
okay. I don't know if I can do that. We'll see.
Leading off the
You go do it.
bottom of the 5th
You
for
do
the
ball of
Wildcats.
game.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning,
The right
for
fielder,
Wildcats,
Brenna
and
Clifton.
Right fielder, number 8, Brenna Clifton.
So a pair of 8s going at it. Domes in the circle for Memorial, and number 8, Brenna Clifton at the plate for the Wildcats.
Just missed that one.
I loved alumni Avery Amadon posted
Yeah.
her
favorite
back
selfie.
from when Audra was a freshman, she was a senior.
At Hudson? Right?
I think that was it.
Yeah.
That was a good play by
Yeah, that was when we beat him in playoffs.
Memorial's second baseman, Malaya Menard.
Now the designated
Clifton kind of
player,
sliced that one over, and
Jazzy Schwantz.
Menard ran over to grab it. F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th, and designated player Jazzy Schwann's at the plate. She takes a rip at that one and fouls it off her leg.
Is that
0-1 the count to
on your
Schwantz.
playlist, Steve?
I don't think so. I don't have a lot of reggae on my playlist. I like 2 kinds of music, Paul, country and Western.
And Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I do like Black Sabbath. I like Ozzy. I like Rush.
Cool story from today. 8th graders from our middle school, we went actually to Eau Claire.
Yeah, she got a hold of it.
That might
Sure.
be
Schwann's
a-
got a hold of that one.
Oh, I thought that was
Schwann's has a 1-hopper to the fence.
Nice
Heck yeah.
hit.
Stand-up
With a
double
ball shot for Jazzy.
for sophomore
Gotta be
designated
happy for
player
her, man.
Jazzy Schwann's.
She was due.
Yep, that was
Now
fun.
ready for the Wildcats.
Yeah, anyway, so we went to, 8th graders went to Eau Claire today actually for a career fair. On the bus home, the whole bus of 8th grade students, and the bus driver has Spotify. She said, what do you guys want to listen to? And almost every one of them said, country. And then all of a sudden she's kids are like, yeah, and she starts putting 90s country on. All these 8th graders are just singing. They're like loving it. I was like, okay, I chose the right bus today.
Well, as Joe Souchere would say, that's a ray of hope.
That was amazing. I was like, you guys like
A ray of
90s country?
2-1 the count to Wildcat pitcher Hudson Walker at the plate. Walker singled and scored in the 2nd, flew out to center in the 4th. She fouls that one back. Jazzy Schwann's at 2nd after a stand-up double off the wall. Caitlin Moe on deck. Walker lays into that one,
high enough.
skies it high to short. And Lindsay Durkop hauls that one in for the 2nd out of the inning. Down. Schwann's on 2nd. Caitlin Moe at the plate. She flied out to right in the 2nd. She was hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. 0 for 1 on the day. She was 1 for 3 on Tuesday. She kind of inside out swings that. Flies a little line drive there to second base. Menard scoops that one up for the 3rd out of the inning. F4. And we head to the top of the 6th. Wildcats still with a 6-0 lead.
I want to try to take a shot of all these photos over,
Yeah, those are
or
super
these
cool.
cards or whatever.
Once again,
Yeah, each one of the players wrote up like a memory to someone they knew. That is
On those softballs, it's like what they like about softball. Their favorite thing about softball. On those ones.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
could really
Down
get in.
here, the ribbons are
down
who
here, the
they
ribbons are the name.
are who
Okay.
they're playing for. But on those softballs, it's everyone's favorite softball memory or what they love about softball, and a bunch of youth pictures.
I'll have to go read it. And see
It
what
is
Audra
cool.
Said.
I think Mo Kibble said she just likes eating sunflower seeds. I think that's what hers says.
Doesn't surprise me.
Audra said something about like the bus rides, teammates, music, things like
I
that.
can believe that.
Almost all of them, Paul, and I think you've said this before in the broadcast, almost all of them really have nothing to do with playing the games of softball. It's all like the bus rides and the music and the going to McDonald's after and like
100%.
all that fun stuff. And being with my teammates and jamming out in the locker room, things like that.
How
Yeah.
different is that than 10U when it was all about the snacks,
Yeah, that's true.
right? It's just a little
Who's bringing
little different snack.
That's very true.
Leading off the top of the sixth for Memorial, the center fielder, Abby Strayer. Strayer singled and reached second in the first. She struck out in the fourth, and she has played an outstanding game in center field for head coach Kari Winkler.
The cool thing about those pictures that you just showed, Steve, the girls didn't know that Fletcher was doing that. So she had taped him up over here, and then
Yeah.
when they came out, then they saw all these pictures of them when they're little. So that was pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a conspiracy because the parents were involved with that too.
Yeah,
We had to
yeah.
send her pictures.
There's a lot of really good ones.
Strayer fouls that one straight back, evens up the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I think Audra. So when I found a bunch of them, I was texting them to her, and I think she might have texted me back and said, "Why are you like looking at third and fourth grade softball pictures?" And I was just like, I don't know. I was looking for some gun stuff, and I just found it.
Yeah.
You could also say, can a dad just be a dad for a second?
Yeah, right.
Just taking a little trip down memory lane, Audra.
Strayer fouls that one out of play over the third base dugout. 2-2 the count. Strayer just a sophomore, Chantel.
Yeah, they are a young team.
Yeah, they only had
Fairly
4
young
seniors,
team, yeah.
I think. They had banners
Nice.
Tuesday night.
Hudson Walker pulls the
There you
string
go.
on that one. That changeup strikes out Strayer for the
We
first
got
out in the
contention
top
here
of the
for
sixth.
baller of the game.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Get on the chat and give us some ideas for baller of the game. We're getting close here.
Well, Scherz has a double and a single and scored 2 runs. Hudson Walker with 7 strikeouts
Yeah,
in the
that's right up
circle.
there.
I'd say it should be right up there.
I think, let me check and see. I think this is this Molly Mulock again?
24.
Yeah, Molly Mulock at the plate. Mulock walked in the first and singled in the fourth. One for one on the day. Walker gets her sign, delivers high, and Mulock reaches base for the third time. 2 walks and a single for Molly Mulock. Mulock, just a freshman. Now batting the first baseman, Sydney Erickson with,
Number 9, Colby Jedney.
whoop, excuse me, we had a pin, that's right. Yeah, sophomore Colby Jebney at the plate now for Memorial. Walker misses 1-0 the count. She fires pitch number 2, fouled over by Coach Winkler. Is that Coach Winkler coaching third?
Yep.
Has she been there for a while?
For a few years, handful of years.
I saw a crowd on hand today at Peg Aderman Field.
I think she's a PE teacher, I want to say. In Eau Claire.
Walker misses outside. Shears fires down to first, but Mulock back safely. 2-1 the count to Jevney. Hard fastball, pitch and catch for Hudson Walker and Reagan Shears. Moves the count to 2-2. Boy, Jevney's bat kind of looks like that. You know that?
A bomb pop?
A bomb pop.
That's the bomb pop bat.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Well, I can see why.
Yeah.
That's aptly named. Those are tough to beat on a hot summer day.
Right?
Well, Jevney uses her bomb pop bat to walk, so
Next up for Memorial number
Mila used to
21,
love those, but she would
Tatum
only eat the red and the white. And then when it got to the blue, she would throw it away. She didn't
And
like
they
the
probably all taste.
blue. So, yeah.
well, with runners on first and second, Tatum Bremer grounds one to Pellinger, and Pellinger makes the easy play, easy throw over to first.
Yeah, it's too soft to turn too.
Yeah. Wasn't going to make
Yeah,
that
slow
one.
roller.
That
So
was about all she could do there. Good to get
Mulock
good get
over to
out.
third, Jevney to second. So 2 down once again. Old Abe's in scoring position with 2 down.
You got an umpire down here.
And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. So we had number 10, Kieva Sheila, at the plate. And
Is there a youth game here tonight? There's an
No.
umpire.
it's
I
youth,
think
it's
he's-
youth night.
I think
No.
he's the JV.
Oh,
Oh, you think they're done
JV,
already?
I think they won 10-0. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, that's
yeah,
what he
they
just
won
said.
10-0.
There was when I was down just before we started, and there was an ump walking around with his cell phone. He was looking all over the place.
yeah, so that was a heads
I
up.
said, "You looking for a field?" And he's young. He goes, "Yeah, how do you know that?" I'm like, "I've seen that look before."
Yeah.
And he goes, "I'm looking for JV1." I'm like, so I pointed at him. He was going to the baseball game.
So now batting, it's Memorial pitcher McKenna Domes.
Yeah.
But she must.
Wind's picking up.
Did she have a pinch hitter before for her?
Well, I think what happened, and I'm just kind of guessing here, but I think they did a double switch. So Coach Winkler had a heads up, so they were, I think they were about to bat out of order,
It was
I
by
see.
stairs.
and Coach Winkler caught that and got Domes in the right spot. So Domes had started the game at left field. And when she came in, but yeah, she's so Kieva Sheila pinch hit it in the fifth,
Oh, okay.
but she came back in to hit for her. 1-2 the count to Domes. 2 down. And the old Abe's 2 runners in scoring position. Hudson Walker fires a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Reagan Shears right up against the fence, and Domes will get another chance.
I think Coach Ryan, Dad Schurz, was giving Reagan a little coaching there.
You wanted that one
Feel
back.
for the fence, I think I heard.
That's what they teach catchers too on foul balls like that. They're supposed to run to the fence first, find the fence, and then look up and get the ball.
It's so easy to say.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
There's a lot to being a catcher.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Locally, there was the UWRF
Quite the battle here.
Falcon baseball catcher Andrew Ottman, who's a sophomore and having just an outstanding year. He does that just about as well as anybody
Really?
that I've seen around, locally anyway.
Well, that's a lot of ground to cover.
It is. Yeah, he's a pretty well put together catcher, but he steals bases like crazy too. But yeah, he runs back, finds the fence, and then goes and makes the play. There's a slow roller to Kibble at third.
Fires it
go.
everywhere.
Nice job.
Can of corn for Kibble as the Wildcats retire Memorial in the top of the sixth. They once again threatening, but no runs. So they had, after 2 walks, they had runners at second and third, and head to the bottom of the sixth, still up 6-0.
All right, I'm going to run that video of the players again here. I'll get the sponsors. Yeah, I'll get them. We are back.
All right, we're
JV
back.
squad rolling in.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the Wildcats, the leadoff hitter, second baseman Danny Pellinger. Pellinger hit a rocket right up the middle in the first for a single and scored. Hit a hard line drive right at Memorial third baseman Brianna Berlin in the second and flew out to the shortstop in the fourth. She's 1 for 3 on the day. Scored a run. She jumps out of the way of that. McKenna Dome's fastball. 1-2 the count to the junior second baseman. Yeah, Steve, thanks for all the work you do, not only just setting up the broadcast, but also all the getting the pictures and videos and sponsors all lined up there. That's a lot of behind the scenes work, and a lot of people don't realize how much work that is.
Yeah, well, a lot of people involved, you know, Coach Fletcher and all the parents got the photos, and then putting together Chantel really for putting together the boards and all the social media.
And thanks to Brandy Pellinger for all the work she did with the Rhinos Foundation stuff and all the script.
And the
that much easier.
Heads up. Heads up.
And I'm guessing Brandy did quite a bit of the sponsorship sales as well.
She did, yeah. Well, I think Lynn helped too.
Yep, Lynn, Brandy.
Right at shortstop, Durkop, and Memorial retires Schurz for the first time this afternoon with a F6.
Durkop did a really nice job of just breaking down and just.
She was 2 for 4 on Tuesday with 2 RBI. She swings through a Dome's fastball. 1-1's the count.
Yeah, I think
festive afternoon for sure.
I think they're really selling a lot of those pink Wildcat hats sponsored by River City Stitch.
Why
right?
wouldn't they? They're outstanding.
Yeah, I see a lot of little girls wearing them, and looks like they're selling out at the table.
I suppose
there.
all those kids saw director Steve Pellinger wearing it, and it's just kind of like an influencer.
I am a.
Guys out to Memorial second baseman Melena Menard, and that will retire the side for the Wildcats in the bottom of the sixth. Wildcats go down 1-2-3 as we head to the top of the second. Wildcats up.
Would like to thank the following sponsors for supporting our broadcast of today's game. Johnny's Bar in downtown River Falls is a proud supporter of Wildcat softball. Looking for your new favorite hangout? Come on down to Johnny's Bar, where good friends, cold drinks, and great times go hand in hand. When life throws you a curve, whether it's a fender bender, a hailstorm, or a new home adventure, you need someone who's got your back. You can trust Jared Hines and his team at American Family Insurance in downtown Ellsworth. Accidents happen, and when they do, call Jared and protect your crash with the stash. River
All right, we are back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and thanks again to our sponsors that have sponsored River Falls softball and this equipment all season long. Paul, I saw a thing on Facebook today from Johnny's Bar made a post. They have a new little saying as
Nice play.
third baseman Brianna Berlin hits one in the hole. Ava Larson gets to it, but an infield single for Brianna Berlin to lead off the top of the 7th for the old Abes.
Great effort.
Johnny's Bar, their little, and I don't know if this is new or they've had it, but I love it. It says Johnny's Bar, community, tradition, camaraderie. Johnny's Bar. That sums it up in about 3 words there for that
For
place.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So with 1 on and nobody out,
I'd like to see
Looks
him
like we got a
popcorn
pinch
little
hitter
bit
here.
more. If I
Yeah.
really got to come
Twain
up, drum
Weeks,
up a
number
complaint
16.
with Johnny.
yeah, pinch hitting for Brooklyn Race is number 16, junior Twain Weeks.
It's a country western name.
Yeah.
Twain.
Twain.
Love it.
Twain Weeks.
Weeks swings through that Walker fastball. 0-1 the count. Berlin on first. Weeks at the plate. She squares around to bunt, bunts it foul. Walker runs the count to 0-2.
What's her first name?
Twain.
Twain.
Either Mark or Shania.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Shania.
So,
Yeah. Of course, Mark was a classic author, Paul.
yeah.
Trivia question. Steve,
Yeah.
what was the real name for Mark Twain?
Yeah, that would be
Is it Samuel?
Samuel Langhorne Clements.
Yep, Samuel Clemens.
Yep.
I
And
remember
why did he go with Mark Twain?
that I don't know.
So there was and I'm going to butcher this, but it had something to do with marking the depth on the riverboats.
Okay.
I don't know.
I remember
They had
when
a
we were
rope
about
that-
8 or 9, we went down to Hannibal, Missouri for a little. That was we were driving cross country and
Yeah.
stopped there to visit, stayed overnight, and I thought that was one of the cooler places I'd ever been to at that point.
Yeah, no, I've never been there. Hudson Walker gets that strikeout for out number 1.
Yeah, Weeks goes down swinging,
I think that's
and we're
strikeout
back to
number 7.
the top of the order.
Yeah, I would
Shortstop
say
Lindsey Durkop.
Hudson's leading the board on
Oh, baller of the game.
baller of the
Yeah,
game in
without
my
a
book.
doubt.
Yeah, that was the
we have any,
eighth
texts coming in?
strikeout.
Oh, 8 strikeouts.
Eighth strikeout for
strikeout.
Walker. Durkop hits one high and deep to right field.
Brenna.
Oh, Brenna.
Ooh.
Brenna
Oh, she
clipped
was
it,
under
can't
it.
Eyes
come,
in her
quite
eye.
come up with it. Berlin had to wait to see if it was going to be caught.
I think Brenna might have had the sun in her eyes on that one when she looked
Yeah.
back. Because that would have been right about the right angle.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't see anybody commenting.
So
I don't get a whole
Durkop
lot of comments.
trots into second with a stand-up double. Old Abe's at second and third with 1 down, and second baseman Malaya Menard at the plate. Hard ground ball to Pellinger. What a
Oh, no.
So Pellinger makes the right play, throws it to first for the second out.
And
Goes the
Drew-
shutout.
And then
Out.
Barris slings it to Scher. Scher's blocked it. She did a great job of blocking it.
Now batting
It popped
number
off, and
12,
that
Abby
allowed
Strayer.
Brianna Berlin to trot in from third.
That would have mentally been a tough.
The 3-hole hitter, Abby Strayer,
Oh,
up,
man.
and
Right
again,
at her.
Oh, no.
Oh. This is like a 7th inning
Oh,
fall
and
apart
I looked
again,
down.
Paul.
I thought that was obviously it wasn't caught. I was looking down to mark F7, and it wasn't.
It was in her glove.
It was in her
just
glove.
Popped out.
Coach Fletcher's going to call.
From Shackton's own head coach.
Give it a little
Leah
reset
Fletcher.
here. Fletcher's
Yep.
got some family here today. Her cousin Nick and his wife and their 2 little girls came hanging out today. Kim. Yeah, so shout out.
Yeah. I think I'll throw
So
up.
for the second game in a row, just a little seventh inning.
Kerfuffle.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Durkop was running with 2 down right on the swing, so she on the left field error. Strayer at first, Molly Mulock at the plate. The Wildcats have yet to retire Mulock. She walked in the first, singled in the fourth, and walked in the sixth in the top of the seventh. Wildcats scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the fourth. Memorial has plated 2 here in the top of the seventh. Once again, a special thank you to our strikeout cancer sponsors, Balsam Lake Lodge, Papa Aderman Family Farm, Kinney Driving School, Vivid Beauty Lounge, Terry McKay Remax, and Harem and Trebus Property Executives Real Estate. I think if you lined up all of those sponsors in a 40-yard dash, I think Terry McKay's got that hands down.
I've heard rumors.
That lady has got some speed.
It was just her birthday on Tuesday, so happy birthday.
The only thing I think I could beat her in a race because I would ask her a question and I could get a big lead before she realized that I ran off.
Well, Paul, she'd be chattering.
Yeah.
Boy, you gotta like Mama Cheryl Schwan's sweatshirt. There's just a C&I single off the bat of Molly Mulock right over Ava Larson's head. Mulock is 2 for 2 on the day. Reached base 4 times.
All right, here we go. We need an out here.
Old Abe's at first and second. Still Memorial.
Rocking the orange socks.
Yeah, Jevney walked in her only. She came into pinch hit for Sydney Erickson. Jevney walked in the sixth. Takes that Walker fastball high and outside for ball 1.
So I'm not sure what color orange is, but this is the girl that her dad passed away from cancer just a few months ago, and I believe these. So whatever orange is must have been the cancer that he had. But looks like these sweatshirts down here too. They all have hope, love.
Okay.
So it must be all our family.
That's cool. Maybe somebody can chime in.
She's got a bomb pop bat too.
Yeah, look at that thing. And that's a bomb pop hit.
Lofts one to left.
Kenna Cook grabs it for out number 3.
A long run and almost at the third base fence, and that will wrap it up. There's your final score. Wildcats 6, Memorial 2. And the Wildcats complete the season sweep of the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe. Wildcats improve their overall record to 500. They're 8-8 on the season and 6-4 in the conference. They are loaded up and trucking and eastbound and down. Take it away, Angie Clifton.
Hey, I'm throwing Hudson Walker in for baller of the game. That's my vote for sure.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
What do we got for hitting?
Are we just doing Hudson or Reagan too, or just Hudson?
Well, who's the other hitters?
Yeah, Reagan
went 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 ribbies, 0 Ks, 1 walk. It's going to be busy out on the field because they got youth players running the bases and signing posters out there.
Chantel, Hudson at 8 strikeouts.
Yep.
So
And
2.
stick around. Well,
Do we want to give 2? Hudson
we've
and
got the
Reagan,
River
or
City
just
Stitch.
Hudson?
I think just Hudson.
Baller of the game. Well,
Yeah.
Chantel Dulas will.
I mean, we could
award
give
that
it.
here
We
in
could
just a few
say
moments.
that it was Reagan was the.
Well, they both already got shirts.
Yeah, they both
They already
have
got shirts. Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Well,
You guys let me know.
Yeah, I would just
Do both of them? Okay.
And while we're waiting, we could probably just play the sponsors while we're
yeah, I gotta get the second half of the sponsors going here, so I will
You want me
do
to head down?
that.
Good?
Falls Wildcat Softball would like to thank the following sponsors for
Fletcher's
supporting our broadcast of
talking to
today's
their squad
game.
out in shallow left field.
Looking to move in or move up? Connect with Sarah Jenkins and Property Executives Realty, your hometown expert. Visit sarahjenkins.com today and let Sarah help you find your way home. Allie and the Massa Mortgage Team is your trusted partner in navigating the complex world of home financing. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, looking to refinance, or navigating a complex financial situation, Allie's team is here to guide you every step of the way. River City Stitch offers premium on-site custom embroidery, screen printing, promotional items, and graphic design services in River Falls and Prescott. A proud supporter of Wildcat softball and sponsor of the River City Stitch Baller of the Game, you can trust Callie and her team for all your promotional needs. Bar, where good friends, cold drinks, and great times go hand in hand. When life throws you a curve, whether it's a fender bender, a hailstorm, or a new home adventure, you need someone who's got your back. You can trust Jared Hines and his team at American Family Insurance in downtown Ellsworth. Accidents happen, and when they do, call Jared and protect your crash with the stash. River Falls Wildcat Softball would like to thank the following
Good to go.
Cameraman Paul Ederman.
Oh, we're live. We're ready. Come on back.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, we
All
are
right,
good.
hello everybody. We got our two ballers of the game. We got Reagan Schurz and Hudson Walker, ballers of the game today against Eau Claire Memorial with the big, what was it, 6-2 win? Is that what it ended up as? All right, so Reagan, you had a great day at the plate. 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 0 strikeouts. That's a great day at the plate. So congratulations to you on your hot bat there today. Before we go into that, we got Strikeout Cancer Day. So what does that mean to you with the strikeout cancer? I know you have a lot of family, I believe. I think I saw a lot of ribbons up there that you're playing for a lot of people today. Sorry, hold on. There we go.
Definitely means a lot, especially because we have teammates that are affected by it, and we're just playing for them and everyone else that has been affected by it.
Yeah, so it's kind of a little bit of deeper meaning today coming into this game. Very cool. Thank you very much for that interview. You guys did great out there. Good job behind the plate too. I know you had a lot of good pitch calls coming in today, and then relaying them to your pitcher here. So we have the battery. Next up on our baller of the game, we got Hudson Walker. So 7 innings pitched today, pitched full game, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, and 8 strikeouts. That's a solid day at the plate. So congratulations again. You were throwing heat out there today. It was like popping in your glove. I don't know if you felt that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So congratulations on that. I felt like you were throwing heat. Did it have anything to do with your sister coming in today?
Oh yeah, I told her that she had to come yesterday, but she didn't come, so she came today, and I made her bring me Starbucks too.
I saw her walking in with 2 Starbucks, and it was a surprise. So that one was for you, huh? Yeah. Well, now you need Starbucks before every game. I think so. So yeah.
I need Starbucks for every game, come every time with it. Thanks.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much, you two. Congratulations, and go enjoy the win.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Chantel Dulas and the Wildcat River City Stitch ballers of the game, pitcher Hudson Walker and catcher Reagan Schurz. Walker had 8 strikeouts, picked up the win, and Schurz was 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs scored, and I think she had a couple RBIs there. So Wildcats improved to 8-8 overall on the season, 6-4 in the Big Rivers Conference. They will travel next up tomorrow on Friday at 4:30. They'll play at Wausau West in a non-conference game, and then at Wausau East on Saturday at 11 a.m. So those games will be live. I don't know, we won't have a play-by-play, but we'll still have the video on.
We'll have the video on.
Yep, we'll have the video on so you can watch the game. So once again, Wildcats come away with a 6-2 victory and a season sweep over Eau Claire Memorial. For Chantel Dulas, Director Steve Pellinger, and color commentator extraordinaire Paul Aderman, I'm Greg Peters, and we appreciate you tuning in to the River Falls Sports Broadcasting YouTube Network and River Falls Softball. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.